I've been using the darkness totem for a couple weeks now, and I really like it. But what's really better between it and the fire totem? Hey guys, this is Heretic, and in this video, I'm going to compare the darkness and the fire totems and look at the differences between them. But before I get started, if you're a fan of War and Order and mobile gaming in general, then you're in the right place. I release between 3 to 5 videos a week just like this, so hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and more importantly, share the channel with your friends. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, I've been using this darkness totem for a couple weeks now, and I'm going to show you some of the reports and why I actually like it. So if I look at some of these where I've been attacked and I have the darkness totem here, look at the kill troops. Now that it's actually showing what the totem's doing in the battle. Alright, so here's a battle report from the Star Ruins, and you can see the darkness here. And it did 12,000, killed 12,000 troops. But my artifacts, it's around the same or more than the evolved artifact skills that I'm using. So, I mean, it looks really good. And what I've noticed is, and of course it makes a lot of sense, the more troops I'm against, the more different types of troops. You see these numbers on the right? I have 8 different troop types that I'm facing here. So the more troop types you face, the better you're gonna do. If you're facing less troop types, like this one only has 3, you'll do significantly less damage. The longer the fight is, of course, you'll do more damage as well. My hunch is the darkness totem will do better in your massive attacks. Like if you're defending your alliance castle during the crown event, or if you're doing a timed attack or a speed attack, it's going to do better. That's just my hunch, but that's without any proof. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch over. You can only do this once a week. So I'm going to reset my totem here. Go to reset. And I'm going to have to get all this back, right? So now I'm going to go over to the fire totem here. And I'm going to go ahead and try to do the same thing here and get about the same score. So I need to go ahead and set my artifacts first. I'll put the 3 artifacts I'm not really using, but I'll do this one first. And train a few of these through. Alright, we'll stop there. Let's go to the second one. Select another artifact. Train a few of these through. Alright, let's go back and pick the Poseidon. Okay. Let's train this through a bit. Alright, let's go catch some of these up. Okay. Alright, that's good. I'm going to go ahead and awaken it now and upgrade these as much as I can. Alright, it's looking pretty good. So I'm going to go over to the Star Ruins and let's see how this does in an actual fight. So what I want to do is I want to pick someone whose troop power is pretty good, but not protected. Let's go ahead and attack this. I may lose it, but that's all right because we're just testing here. And I'm going to go ahead and buff a little bit. All right, go ahead and do my normal buffs. Okay, now let's go back to the Star Ruins. And let's pick this guy again. Probably gonna lose, but who knows? Okay. So he has a straight line, 3 attacks, so there's one of my hits on him. Alright, let's go ahead and see how this does. Let's speed it up. Looks like I'll win this one, yeah. Alright, let's see how it actually did in battle. Oh yeah, killed 15,299. Let's try some other battles. Let's see if it keeps up with the high numbers here. Oh my goodness. Let's check this out. Close fight. Really close one there. All right, let's see how this will be a good test because that one was really close. $18,672. So, and these are against small line attacks. I just wonder how this will do against a large number of enemies. So let's go ahead and test this out. Let's look for a couple targets for an SOS or just for a normal attack. And this will be completely random, and I may have to do a few attacks and cut those out, you know, if they come up empty. But all right, here's an actual attack here. Let's see what happens. All right. So they didn't have a ton of troops to begin with, but it was still an attack. So let's see. Yeah, so they have a lot of different types of troops. Yeah, and it still did a pretty good damage. So that was pretty surprising. So let's look at the replay here and see, you know, how that's actually hitting. So you should see it right at 9 seconds. It hits front line. All right, so yeah. So the difference between these two totems is in the darkness totem, you're hitting 6 different troop types every 9 seconds. And it's going to hit the back line, you know, first. And it can't hit the same troop type twice in the same round. So if there's less than 6 troop types, you're just going to lose that attack, right? So if there's 5 troop types, it's going to hit 5 targets for the same amount each than it would if there were 6 targets. So it'll do less damage if the less troop types are out there that you're facing. The flame hammer, the fire totem, will actually hit a 1 troop type every 9 seconds randomly, but it's going to focus on the front line first. So as long as there's front line, it's going to hit that, it's going to knock that one down. Once they don't have any more front line, it's going to start hitting the back line. So it's definitely better in attacks where you're focusing on less troop types. But from what I'm seeing right here, I mean, and my totems would be almost exactly the same. Actually, I think the way that I just built this fire totem is a little bit worse than I had the darkness totem, but it's actually doing more damage, even in situations where there's more troop types than the darkness totem, which I thought was really good. So I think I'm actually going to switch over to the flame totem for now, just because it is doing more damage. I'm going to have to use it for the next 7 days, so I really don't have a choice there. But it does look like it's going to end up doing more damage than the darkness totem. Now, those of you out there that have tested it out a lot in battle, in big battles, in the defense or the attacks, and during the crown event, or in speed attacks and in timed attacks, let me know how you feel and how it works out. Especially if you have multiple people on your team with one or the other totem. I would guess that the flame hammer, if you have multiple people with it, could be devastating to the front line of anyone that you're facing. So I'd love to hear, kind of what you guys are actually seeing out there in massive battles. I will be using this in Void this weekend. I think it'll come in really handy. And just so you guys know, I do have, and I'll try it out here as well, I do have a baby version of the Earth totem, and I'll show you. It's one of the golden ones. And so I'm going to do an attack here just so you can kind of see what it looks like. So I'm going to do a plunder. Get another attack here. And now with this latest update that just happened yesterday, you get 2 more attacks in the Star Ruin. So it gives you 2 more tries at, practicing your formation, testing out totems, and doing things like we're doing here. So if I click plunder and mess with my troops a little bit here. All right. And now what I want to do is I want to replace the fire totem with one of the new earth totems that we only had access with to the materials here in this event that just ended a few days ago. Or it just ended yesterday, actually. So here we go, earth totem. And again, it's only level 1, evolved with the level 10 skill. So let's see how it does here. All right. And you can see the difference here. Okay. Let's go over here. Earth totem. It only killed 3,703 troops. It did less than my other artifacts. Now, I have a feeling that this is only because it's very low level. So that's the earth totem. I will be, as we get a chance to upgrade them, I will upgrade, and then I'll try both the earth and the wrath totem, which both look kind of interesting. And I'm sure that these will eventually be the very best that you can get, because it's going to be the hardest to actually get. All right, take care.